Hey, what's good today? It's your boy Coach Lee. We appreciate everybody joining in for our Sunday show or the fantasy football feedbacks and things of that nature. But you know your boy can't do it all by himself. So with that being said, I got to bring in my partner in crime as always, the man with the master plan, the number one guy as far as his expectations on fantasy football. That man, Uncle Leroy. What's going on,
Dang,
baby?
dang, dang, dang. Hey, man, look, I am pumped up to do Uncle Leroy. Don't say the Leroy without the junior. And we kicking it on this Sunday on the Fantasy Football Insight Live show. But, man, can't talk about today without talking about yesterday. And yesterday was going down as we were getting ready for our fantasy football draft party.
Man, that was a lot of fun, man. Hey,
Facts.
if you didn't have a chance to tune in last night on a test run, you missed out on it. It's gonna be what that is.
Hey, for real, man. Like we definitely trying to just not, start the new wave, not just start it, but lead it. You know what I'm saying? Like we always been a step ahead in this fantasy football business. So, we gonna give y'all a little audio, a little what we were, what I'm saying, what we were doing. So
Already.
shout out to Go DJ Jay Weezy.
Again, rest in peace to the homie, DJ Jai, you hear me? He's a definition. The definition DJs. Come on. Oh yeah, I pay homage to everybody, you heard me? This is been a
Hey man, look. Hey, that's enough right there. I can't give I can't give out. Hey. Can't give it all out today, man. It's too early for that, man. You know what I'm saying? Too early for that. But
too early
look,
for it,
y'all
man.
want more of that. Look, y'all want more of that. Tune in with us next Sunday on the 6th. That's when it's going down. It's our fantasy
All
football
day Sunday.
draft.
All
Yes,
day,
sir.
man.
Yes, sir. We're going to have a virtual draft party. So, if you're a VIP member, if you're a member of one of our fantasy football leagues, you can definitely tune in. You will be emailed. That's why we're going from the website. You will be emailed the Zoom information. Hey, shout out to Big Leaguer right here. You know what I'm saying? The big bro, Debo. You know what I'm saying, Derek? So, you're going to see him. That's team your boy and them. You was laughing. You remember you asked who that team name was?
Right.
That guy.
Already.
So, man, it's going down the big league. Thanks always hanging out with us. So, today, man, we got some good topics. We talking about draft expectations, quarterback, top 5 quarterbacks. And me personally, I love a good tight end QB combo.
Hey, that's the bread and butter of it. You want to capitalize on your points, you got to nail that QB. Definitely got to have that tight end aspect. Because, you got a number one, might get doubled up, might be a low production day. That tight end is usually going to be manned up. So that's where you can make your money.
And tight ends are, one good thing with a tight end, they become big in the red zone. They're a big red zone target. So, I'm big on touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey. The PPR is nice, but I need to have them TDSs.
Right. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, so we're gonna get this started. Like, last week we got with the draft expectations. So I guess we can ask that again today. What's your draft expectation?
My draft expectation, just have some fun. Make it a event to where people are talking about it, and as we roll around and we continue this growth, man, that it's a must attend. It's going to become an annual event for us. That's what I want it to be.
Right, exactly. And hey, that's where we headed. And and stuff like this is definitely gonna makes us confident that we're gonna get there. So with that, what was your worst fantasy football draft experience?
My worst?
Hopefully it's outside of Sports Talk with Friends.
Oh, I can tell you that one right now, man.
Damn,
it still pisses me off to this day. So stay with me, man. So this is one league. I ain't gonna call nobody out. but some of them are in our group. So hey, it is what it is, man. So
You
there
got my
was this
attention.
team that it was this league that I've been part of back since I worked at Circuit City, man. So that's how long ago I've been in this league.
Bro, that's like back with service merchandise days, but okay.
And yeah, way back then. So long story short, there was a situation where, my personal phone wasn't working. That's the only number they had. Last minute stuff, no anticipation for the build up to the draft. I'm thinking, maybe it's gonna be next week. I ain't heard nothing about this week. I went in the group message on Yahoo. No response about when's the draft. Simple question. When's the draft? Nobody responded. I'm thinking maybe he's gonna let us know. I proceed to go change my oil in my car. It's a hot sunny Sunday. Change my oil. Next thing I know, I'm taking the oil, back up there to dump it off. And my boy from high school hit me up and said, "Hey man, where you at?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" So I'm headed to the draft. I'm like, "What draft?" He said, "The draft tonight." I'm like, "I ain't know nothing about no draft." And he said, "Son say hit me up now." I said, "He ain't hit me up." I said, "What number did he hit me on?" He said, "On your personal." I said, "I told that dude in the group chat to hit me on my business line or in here because that phone is on the blink." Long story short, again, I hang up with him. I get the phone call back from the actual commissioner. "Hey man, where you at?" I'm like, "Changing oil, dog. I'm got oil out on me. I smell like you know what." So I ain't in a good position to be coming to no restaurant to do no live draft.
Right.
Because it was in person. That's the other element of it. And like it was online, like just log in, get on. It's in person.
I've only been to one of those. Well, I did that over the phone, and it was a lot. It was a lot.
So dude was like, "So you ain't gonna make it?" I'm like, "Nah, dog. It's last minute. No drafts. It would start like in 10, 15 minutes. Like I ain't gonna be there in time." So he give a phone back to my boy, but I hear him in the background doing this. And he's like, "Well, we can still draft for you." I'm like, "Draft for him?" I said, "We got money on this, right?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I'm not. If I ain't picking my team, I ain't doing it." So, needless to say, dude pretty much kicked me out the league, unfriended me on Facebook.
Man, I didn't know the soap I was running on the weekends, man. I didn't know, man. Carry on.
But what's funny about that is, about 2 weeks ago, I get this message. "We're not gonna have the draft this year. We're gonna wait till next year. Look forward to seeing everybody." I'm like, I don't recognize any of these phone numbers on here. But I guess it's from an old chat that I was included on. Man, get out of my box with that, man.
Hey, so shout out to our big leaguer, Debo Derek Anderson. He says, 2 years ago for me when I finished in last place. I remember that.
It's never fun.
But hey, especially not in our leagues, because in the big leagues, if you fall in, because all our leagues are 14 team leagues. So in the big league, if you either in 13th or 14th place, you is kicked out. You is kicked out. So
pressure's on, baby.
So welcome back to the big leagues. And people that's tuning in and listen, don't come in last place because you will be kicked back down to our to our junior league. So that's why we got multiple leagues. It's all on skill set. And once you're on that big stage in the big league, hey, it's a big stage. The heat is on. Everything. So that's why I like talking noise and all the camaraderie, and because that big league is a big league, it's a beast. Now for me, my worst fantasy football draft experience, now I gotta think back, way back for like better right to last freaking year, where goddamn Yahoo server decided to crash. That was the worst experience for me as a commissioner, because I couldn't even use the urinal. I couldn't even order my drink without text messaging. Oh, I ain't draft my team. Oh, I want to redraft. Oh, I want this. I want that. I'm like, I just want you to just shut up. I just want the league to just go on. So it wasn't because of what we did. It was because of Yahoo, which is crazy, and shout out to, everyone that's a commissioner who knows the struggle. And, I'm saying, you got to do damage control, because I'm telling you, we weren't even much on the road back. I'm at the gas station on the phone with a guy. Yeah, man, how that's all jacked up is. I said, bro, I had nothing to do with that. You know, that's Yahoo's fault. Blame them. Call them, send an email. I sent an email too. You know what I'm saying? But what we ain't gonna do is go back. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a big league. You know, we just like coaches in the NFL, coaches abroad. When you have adversity, you work through them. Period. You're a coach, coach a team. Big league. No excuses. Let's get it done.
Gotta handle that adversity, like you say, man.
Exactly. That's the expectations of the big leagues, and that's the expectation of all sports talk with friends, you know, fantasy football leagues, because this is not to cookie cutter league. If you want, though, we don't even entertain those type of complaints in our free league. That's a development league because, you know what I'm saying? Well, you can't go to Roger Goodell talking about, hey, man, so, you know, my online, you know, my internet wasn't right. I couldn't draft the right person. You know what I'm saying? So whenever y'all have those concerns, look, this is the look. So, hey, man.
You should have prepped for auto draft just in case.
Exactly. And that's the big leaguers mentality, and that's what we go off. That's our mantra because, you know, it's big leagues. You know what I'm saying? Is, you know, it's either do it. That's it. There is no other. But, you know, in the big league, the biggest change is it's a 2-quarterback league. So it's very competitive, very challenging. So this is your first year in the big league, man. Hopefully you're ready.
Hopefully.
I'm checking your picks out on the show. So if your picks not adding up, I'm already, you know, I'm look. You think I'm reading show notes? I'm like, he didn't. Okay, he like tight ends. I'm taking notes on you, player. Oh, man.
Inside the trade, man.
Yes, sir. So we're just gonna hop right in. What top 5 quarterbacks?
Yes, sir.
All right. So just
the money category.
Hey, exactly. So I'm gonna say, you know, ask you this question. So what do you feel is the top 5 and the top 1 fantasy football quarterback this year?
Who I think the top 5
The first one? No, just the first one and the last one.
Ooh, you can't go wrong.
In your perspective.
In my perspective?
Mm-hmm.
I think Lamar's gonna have a big year. I know a lot of people might say Patty Mahomes, but I think Lamar, because he gives that, not only has his passion improved, but he got them legs, man. He still can get you those rushing yards, dual threat.
That is true. So hey, shout out to you, Debo. Yeah, we've changed it because one thing the data shows is that, you know, all our, you know, especially with the big leagues, I want interaction. You know, it's not like, you know, because it's this whole group, everything is all for interaction and networking. So it's like, why you have a team and, you know, I have a team, Coach Lee have a team, and we're all the same league and we never interact with each other. So with having 2 quarterbacks, you know, that challenges that now you have to interact with this person because you're going to have to trade. So, you know, you're going to have to figure something out. So you're going to have to communicate to this person. And that's one thing that the data's shown over the past 2 years when we started this. And what's funny, what it has shown, that the same people that were sucking prior to us having 2 quarterbacks still sucking with us having 2 quarterbacks. It's the craziest thing. But yeah, definitely interested. So Patrick Mahomes and dangerous. Okay, Russell Wilson. All right.
Hey, and Russ, I trust, man. I know you ain't never supposed to have no second team, which I don't. But Russell is my favorite player in the league, man.
Oh, you had to put that out there, huh? So which I don't. Yeah. Might as well tell who your team is, which I don't. We already know.
Hey, it's only one team. I don't care about the other 31 teams. There's only one. The one with that star on their helmet. That star.
Shut the front door. Shut the front. But yeah, man, it was crazy because Debo, because last year our big league champ, he won the championship with Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, which is crazy. He dominated.
How did that happen?
Imagine us. We were targeting his team. We were trying to get it out, like you know, when I think one of them had a few missed games, Patrick Mahomes, you know, so we were trying to get him. He had no other quarterback. He had no other team but that guy, and he was killing us like by 100. That is crazy. So who's your other guy? So you got Lamar Jackson because of his dual threat capability.
Mm-hmm.
So who's the number 5? I guess he's the top one.
Lamar would be my top one. My number 5, yeah. I would probably say Kyler. You know, he got he got the wide receiving core, the never aging Fitzgerald out there. You know, he got my man from Houston. So, hey, second year in the system. You know, I mean, as far as being in the league, so the confidence is there, and they probably gonna run about 100 plays a game. He gonna have a lot of picks, but he gonna have a lot of opportunities, you know, to throw, you know, for yards, for receptions, and touchdowns. We have a lot of opportunity for that.
Oh, that is true. And, you know, and they're thinking they got big things planned for him as well. You know, so they got big plans. That's why they brought in some receiving help for him. Okay, so Debo, he says his number 5 is Breeze. Man, we're gonna have to get you on to explain that, or if you can, you know, let us know why you think maybe your top 2 reasons why you think Drew Brees is number 5. Wow. All right. So first we got here,
Who's your top 5?
You know, say that for another show, you know, but today
right.
we just gonna stick to the facts. You know what I'm saying? So
Breeze, and Breeze.
Talking like you know me. Exactly. Yes, I am a homer. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I rock with the Saints. So number 1, you know, y'all can let's start with let's see, my internet's gonna catch up. It's this website. So US Day to Day, get y'all service together. So here, going into the 2020 NFL season, number 1 is, of course, Patrick Mahomes. So his projected draft round is 3rd. Average draft position is 27. So the best spot for drafting Patrick Mahomes is 24th, and the worst spot is 34. So the number 1 draft pick for quarterbacks is Patrick Mahomes. What do you think about that?
I can see that. You know, Super Bowl winning quarterback now. Confidence continues to grow. You know, he's 3rd year full time in that offense, so he's going to know it more and more each year. So he's just adding on to the play capabilities, and he got the big Warriors as his head coach. So you know he's going to carry that kid ready. You know he's going to be balling, man.
Wait, did you just call that man the Big Walrus?
The Big Walrus, man. Everybody know who the Big Walrus is.
I know him as Cheeseburger. I know about that. I'm like, Big Walrus. Who is that? You talking about cheeseburger? So, you know, Debo, he definitely chimed back in. I'm just saying Brees' production had it diminished. His numbers don't lie. Good point. I like that.
Okay.
Just his red zone touchdown percentage is diminished. He's not that good in red zone, but, you know, he's definitely a leader and can definitely drive the ball. So he's always, you know, top 5, top 4, top 3, top 2, and top 1 in mine. So, you know, I'm with you. So next we got all right. So I'm actually this back on Patrick Mahomes. Do you think it's his ability or is it the coaching ability that's giving him this league dominance? Because to me, you know, like I really didn't start buying into Patrick Mahomes until I started seeing him making these throws on a run. Like he just makes it so effortless. He just runs, he throws, and he just quick with have a very quick release. So, you know, that's impressive going forward with his ability to, you know, run with the ball. But I seen this similar flashes of greatness when Alex Smith was back there his last year in that same system in you know, that fast-paced offense in Andy Reid's system. So what do you think? You think it's both or one or the other?
I think it's both because obviously Andy Reid, he's shown the capacity to develop quarterbacks over his career all the way back to his San Francisco days. But you still got to have a person who's actually, you know, in that driver's seat, so to speak, that can run the plays off. So it's going to take an understanding of what the coaches wanting, and the coaches need to have the understanding of the capabilities of the quarterback themselves.
Agreed. And you know, it's funny because this feels similar to a Tom Brady, you know, Bill Belichick type situation, because some saying it's Bill Belichick who's making this system, making this great, you know, this great vehicle of up in New England, and same can be said here in Kansas City. That's facts. You hear me? You know, so we got here. So Debo, I'm expecting Rodgers to drop off a bit. Hey man, I'm sorry I even shared that on the stream because Rob he gonna come in on that one because he's a big Robert Johnson. So he's a big shout out to you, Rob, Gung Ho, trucking. So he's out there on the road, but he's a big Green Bay Packers fan.
Okay.
So Breeze not good in the red zone. I beg to differ. Hey man, we quick to run that Willy Wonka footage. We got footage of Drew Brees debacle in the red zone. We can put it up quickly. But so all right, so our number 2 spot. So number 2, USA Today has Lamar Jackson. Projected round number 3, average draft position is 32. Best spot to draft Lamar Jackson is 26, and the worst spot is 37. So this here should definitely be a good one because some can say the Madden curse, brother.
You believe in it?
Hey, I'm just saying. The last Madden curse didn't turn someone crazy. So I mean, I'm really nervous right now. I mean, and last year, last year was pretty good, but it had up and down with Patrick Mahomes. But so what do you think about Lamar Jackson?
I think he got the tools there this year. They added 2 promising rookie receivers. The tight end, he's respected, so he's got weapons there. Second full-time year as a starter, so I like his upside, man. And then again, it always goes back to he can throw when he has to, but he's always going to be a threat at that run. And if you're going to put one up in the box to account for him, then you're going to leave yourself either up the seam, manned up, or over the top, because your safety's going to be stuck in the box trying to spot, because no linebacker's going to be able to keep up with him.
That is true. But, my thing is what concerns me, which is always an issue with running quarterbacks, returning running quarterbacks. Yes. Yep. And the coach in his ear trying to say, hey, pull them back from so much running, because now they've shown that, hey, you know what? This guy can run. He has the ability to run and make big plays. So they know that teams are, they're developing strategies against the run and against the running quarterback. Right. So now they're going to want him to throw more, because they know that they got guys, eyeing the quarterback. So, and that's what I think is going to be his biggest heel to, biggest challenge is when to run and who to throw to. Because, they got some good receivers, but they still looking for a true number 1. So,
true that.
So, I think that, like how they say Lamar is going to be Lamar's biggest, his biggest downfall and his biggest, blessing to say the least if he goes coming into this year, because people got tape on him. You know what I'm saying? He's not that big phenom freak anymore. Like they got tape on him, they got footage. They, what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, so everyone compared him to Michael Vick. Michael Vick was Michael Vick. Michael Vick could throw the ball from end zone to end zone. Now it may have been coming from a left-handed, side, but it was a little more tip. You know what I'm saying? But he had a powerful arm. So how are they going to open the playbook up for Lamar Jackson? Because one thing, watch this. The biggest thing is that they're going to bring everyone up. So receivers not going to get the ball. You know what I'm saying? So the receiver got, so how they going to pull a big name receiver in knowing they're not going to get, 100 targets a year, 100 targets a season. So receivers going to be asked to block more. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would a receiver want blocks for this guy? So that changes, that changed the whole thing. So how can he make his team great? Because we've seen they didn't have, not all the stars had great stats last year.
Right.
So I'm going to take it a scale back and I'm going to say, I don't think he's a number 2. I'm going to say maybe about a number 4, number 5.
Okay.
Just because of the system. That's all. Because, the system had to change for him last year for him to be successful. So, the system can't, the system won't just continuously stay like that for him. So, the system will have to evolve for other players to be stars. So, I'm definitely waiting to see how that shows, how that one come up.
Okay.
All right. So, moving on to what we got. Number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6.
You know who number 3 is, baby.
I do. Yes. And to our viewers, to everyone that was tuning in, so right now, we're doing live stream on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and on Twitter and Periscope. So they can't see what happened. I mean, so they can see what happened, but to our listeners on our podcast, I just clicked off. I just clicked the view and the share screen off because I didn't want to show our number 3.
Don't hate.
Yeah. DCH4L. DC Dallas Cowboys hater for life. This guy. So at number 3, we got the guy who couldn't get a long-term deal. You see how to throw the hate nut? Dak Prescott. So his projected round is 6. Average draft position is 60. That's so weird. 6 and 60. But best draft spot is 52. Worst spot is 74. So what do you think?
Hey, a lot of potential, man. You know, is Dak accurate? By all means, he is not. He throws better when he's on the run. But with that being said, and it's not just because I'm a lifelong Cowboy fan.
Yeah, it's because
the
you're
coach
a
has
Cowboy fan.
The coach has a lot to do with it, man. And I just think at times that Garrett and the coaching staff didn't put him in, in a position to be successful. Now he's got potential to have 3,000-yard receivers because you're either going to let Amari work you, assuming he shows up. Gallup going to get his. And now you got that youngin out there with the number 88 on his back. Lamb.
Okay.
So you got to pick your poison. And we finally got a tight end that can actually run up the seams without getting checked. And it's going to be longer than 7 yards.
That's true. That's true. But what about this West Coast system that they're implementing? And let's talk about history. You being a Dallas Cowboy fan, you know about history because that's all y'all ever talk about. So
I heard that. A little subtle jab, but continue.
How many 1,000-yard receivers y'all had in the past since Dak? How many 1,000-yard receivers has Dak made?
We had 2 last year.
Right. Gallup and Amari.
Mm-hmm.
How long Dak been the starting quarterback?
4 years.
So out of those 4 years, he only had 2 successful years. And the guy that, helped him get a 1,000-yard receiver is gone now. Totally new system. So now the assumption is that this one guy can get him a 4,000, make 4 receivers 1,000-yard receivers. So
he still got his offense coordinator there, but he's obviously going to have a heavy influence from the head coach. Now, this is just my opinion.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Because Dak, he's a better long thrower than people get him credit for. It's the intermediate stuff that gets him in trouble. The guys on the run. That's my only concern with him having that West Coast offense. Now, with that being said, if he's in the pocket and he's throwing those intermediate routes, it's going to be troublesome. Hopefully, with the West Coast, it'll allow him to move around in the pocket more, throw more on the bootlegs, more on the run. Because when he does that, he's more accurate than any other passing ability. So I believe it. I don't know how much the West Coast is going to be because traditionally the West Coast offense is used to supplement the absence of a running game. They got a running game already.
Now we talking exactly. Now we talking to the fabric of the system because yes, I mean no one's knocking his ability. Yes, we know Dak has stats. Yes, we know that. But how does he fit into the system? And that goes back to you got the ride from Peter to pay Paul. You got the what I'm saying, like a seesaw.
Right.
So a West Coast offense is pass heavy, and now so someone's going to be made obsolete. Is it going to be Zeke? Zeke ain't having that. So that's why I'm like, hey, how is this? So that's why it's good, especially on the Fantasy Football Insight Live show. This is what we do. We talk it out because, of course, we can come and say, yeah, Dak is going to have this. But this is a new offense. How is, McCarthy going to successfully integrate what he knows best? He doesn't know this new offense that he's walking into. He's learning that. How is he going to add himself into this and still make everyone successful around him? So everyone's saying not to touch the offense because, they were one of the top ranked offense in productions last year. But everyone knows a new regime, new rules, new people, new culture, period. So when we're going to see Mike McCarthy?
I think if they start off like 1-3, 0-4. You're gonna see McCarthy fast.
I told y'all. So, and to me, and that's where I feel with Andy Dalton. You know what I'm saying? Because he's come from a successful, he's ran, West Coast offense. He's had star running, receivers on there before. He's made multiple receivers, 1,000-yard receivers. He's made a tight end who had the same ability as the guy at in Dallas, successful. So, this is gonna be very interesting this year. So I wouldn't take a risk. He's a risk pick to me just because of that fact. There's too many anomalies for him.
I think the one thing, and I believe, as far as the intangibles, Dak's off the chart with that. The leadership,
Agreed.
the decision making. But the one thing I like about him in this position this year, and even realistically, his overall success chances is he's never, other than that rookie season, but even though he was injured, he's never had a backup that can actually challenge him for the starting position. Will he rise to the occasion? Hopefully he does. If not, he gonna Sandman gonna come yank him.
That is true, because Andy Dalton's not, he's not being quiet about, he didn't come to Dallas to be a backup.
Right.
So, and that leads us to number 3. Wait, that was number 3 to number 4. Danger Russ Wilson. So number 4,
I trust.
Yes, sir. So at 4, we got Russell Wilson. So projected round is 6. Average draft position is 64. The best spot to get Russell Wilson is 59. The worst spot is 76. So what do you think about Russell Wilson?
Man, I've balled with Russell. I don't know. It's been so long, man. I've almost every year he's on one of not 2 of my teams that I play with. Because nobody produces more with less than Wilson.
Right.
No, he really hadn't had a strong running game since Beast Mode been gone. He hadn't had a tight end really on a consistent basis since Jimmy left.
Yeah.
His receivers, they are there, but they stay hurt all of a sudden. And he does more with less, man. I don't know how you can bet against the dude. He's gonna find a way to produce. He's gonna not only win your games, but from a fantasy football perspective, he's gonna accumulate those points. He's always gonna be the most accurate deep ball passer in the league. He makes the good decisions. He's not gonna get a lot of turnovers for you. And he's dangerous outside of the pocket and on the run.
Right. And for those reasons, that's why to me, he's a top 3. He's up there with the top 3 because you can expect at least 50 yards running from him a game. That's expected. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to throw 2 touchdowns. He's going to throw at least, you know what I'm saying? Like, those are points. It's like, wait, hold on. And he has the potential to run the touchdown in. And especially with quarterbacks, that's what I really look into, their ability to score touchdowns. So yes, like the Aaron Rodgers, shout out to my big cuz Teddy. His guy is Aaron Rodgers every year because Aaron Rodgers would throw him 4 touchdowns.
Right.
Me. So with Aaron Rodgers, he only has, one ability to score a touchdown. That's through the air.
That's it.
With Russell Wilson, air. It's like what? Was it FedEx by air, by land, by sea? You know what I'm saying? like shoot, so that's where these guys have more, more fantasy draft appeal to me than like the Aaron Rodgers or the Tom Brady's. Now, when I started seeing Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady start running in touchdowns, I said, oh, you know what I'm saying? They starting to understand that fantasy football lives matter. You know what I'm saying? And they wanted that extra touchdown because it's all about the ability to score touchdowns. So I like Russell Wilson, maybe at 1 or 2, but a top 3, but him being at 4, yeah, I ain't buying it. So that leads us to our last one is Kyler Murray, who has big expectations coming up this year. He has a great receiving core. So his projected round is 6. Average draft position is 66. Best spot to draft Kyler Murray is 60. Worst spot is 67. So what's your take on Kyler?
With Kyler, like I stated earlier, second year in the league, but he's been underneath the head coach before when he was the offense coordinator at A&M. You know, where college started at, and I think that because he recruited this kid, he coached this kid on both levels now. He has a understanding. It goes back to what I was talking about with Andy Reid and his ability with his QBs. They understand what they can and can't do, so that coach can put them in a position to be the most successful. And there was a lot of times, you know, I would tune in, even though there used to be like the late game and kind of an afterthought game. I would tune in and watch him play last year, and I saw a lot of potential with him as far as producing points, man. No, right. He's not afraid to sling it. He's like a 3-point shooter or a cornerback in the NFL. Got amnesia. You have a bad play. You have that bad play. You just gonna know in a moment you're gonna be like, dang, I could have did this and that. Then after that, it's over and done with. On to the next play. So he's got that mentality to whereas he's gonna keep coming at you. He don't care how many picks he's gonna throw. He's gonna keep throwing at you, and he's gonna put that pressure on you though down the field. He's not afraid to sling the ball.
In fantasy football, I would be concerned about that because interceptions take -2 points, and he throws a lot of missing interceptions, a lot of have accuracy problems. So I'm gathering maybe that's why they try to bolster the receiving core to get people that can catch the ball. That's not just
wide raiders.
Yeah. Right, exactly. So yeah, I definitely like Kyler Murray. So I would definitely at the 5 spot, but with upside because he has the ability to run the ball in and throw it. So, and he got a good run game. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he got a good running game, running back, tight end, and receiving.
Drake is there, right?
Yes.
Kenyon Drake. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So if you go back, if you've been playing fantasy football, a long time, like most of us have, 2 of probably the most celebrated fantasy football quarterbacks ever. Brett Favre, Tony Romo. They had a lot of upside. They're going to get you a lot, but they're going to throw some picks because they are the gunslingers.
Right.
So, yeah, you might have this pick here, or you might have 2 picks, but it might throw you 4 touchdowns.
That is true.
So, it's kind of the sink or swim with that. Will he be my top choice as a quarterback? If everybody else is gone, then yeah. But in a 2 quarterback league, I would definitely consider him for that second quarterback position.
Agree. So before we wrap things up on this top 5 QB, had to just touch on number 6, Deshaun Watkins, which is the craziest thing to me. So what are your thoughts on that? Because they have no stars. You know what I'm saying? And some make the comparison of the Deshaun Watson situation to Matt Stafford because once Megatron left, numbers, and people started stepping up. So contrary to belief, there's big expectations in Houston, which is the craziest thing to me. So what do you think about that?
First of all, shame on Houston and their personnel staff, man. They did not set this kid up for success. The Stafford comparison, that's dead on. These guys have a lot of upside. They have a lot of potential. They showed it in college. They showed it early on in the career. But then these front offices get, cute and slick, and they start pulling talent from around. At the end of the day, I don't care who you are. You have to have either some form of talent in positions or some form of talent in the coaching staff. Houston ain't got neither.
Bro.
Hey, O'Brien, why would you do that? And you probably coaching your last year in H, man. Why would you take Hopkins out of that scenario? All because your personalities didn't match. At the end of the day, business is business. You got to take the personal stuff out of it. And if you allow a player to overtake your locker room like that, shame on you. So Watson at 6, I'm gonna be honest. I'm surprised he's there. Wow. Because what does he have? He has a suspect offensive line. He's got a suspect running game. He has no number 1 receiver.
Right.
So for him to even be there, that says a lot about his skill set and his potential. I just hope they don't ruin this dude's career, man, by steady surrounding him with bullcorn.
Facts. Hey, shout out to your sis. She's hanging out with us as always. That's my sis, your wifey. You know what I'm saying? So she's joining the watch party. We see you. We see you. But yeah, man, that wraps up our top 5. That's all I got. What you got?
Man, I'm gonna dive in a little bit on the other side. So,
Whoa.
there's a little thing that I like to call the double dip strategy.
Uh-oh.
And what I mean by the double dip strategy, we just talked about the money makers of fantasy football, the quarterbacks. But to me, when I think of the double dip, I automatically think of who's your tight end. Because a lot of times he may be the number 1 receiver, or a lot of times it's going to be the red zone threat.
Mhm.
So to me, why not capitalize on that quarterback throwing that touchdown to that tight end and you getting double the points? You can put away somebody and you can crush their morale.
Yes.
If you got the right combination.
I love that. Like I love hearing that. They be like, man, I was up and then boom, like, yeah. Like it just drains them. I'd be like, yeah. So I'm with it. I am with it.
So that's a good segue for a top 5 tight end. Now, I ain't got the pretty graphics like you got. Obviously, we're going to hit these high points. But if you had to rank the top 5 tight ends, who will be your number 1 and who will be your number 5?
Whew. All right. So that's it's gonna be pretty hard because like I like to show that, especially in the big league. I don't like big names. I like to show that I did my homework. So, I'm gonna give you this strategy of mine. So one thing it is running quarterbacks always take their receive, their tight end, and new quarterbacks always take their receivers.
Safety blanket.
Exactly. Exactly. So just letting y'all know, all these new quarterbacks, yeah, they're on my radar. But top 5, the number 1 always got to go to Wentz. And Wentz combo to Ertz. Ertz, I think he just got a big contract. Well, he's scheduled to get a contract because he's seeing all these other guys that's they're cashing out. So right. Ertz has always been, he has run after the catchability, and he's always there for touchdowns, and everyone knows Wentz is going to throw the ball because I think, he's injury prone and he's afraid to, sit back there that long. So he's always going to look for the check down. He's always going to look for that guy.
That was nice. Injury prone. That dude, I just hurt.
Hey, yeah, that's for the Philly fans out there. I love Philly. You know what I'm saying? I just hate Dallas Cowboys. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to just stir that pot.
You might as well go on and have him dress up like the mummy and put him on the field. That dude stay hurt.
Facts. So, and because of that point, new quarterback comes in. Who you think he's looking to?
That's true.
Tight end. So always Ertz if Ertz is healthy, I'm always picking Ertz. That's always my number 1. And so that's that one. So who else you gonna think I go to? We look for a running quarterback. Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews. He's gonna cash out. Touchdown monster. He's big in stature, very tall. He can catch the ball, great hands, and he also has run after the catchability. So to me, those 2 guys.
Man, I can see that. I can see that. They are definitely in my top 5. Now, with that being said, my number 1, and there's been some times I've taken him before, like if it's a situation where there's a run on wide receivers and it's some suspect wide receivers left, it's not the top tier, my fallback is always going to be Travis Kelce. Because to me, he's just an extension of a wide receiver. Now, you got to think, obviously he got a fat contract this year. He's a little bit older. He's 30, but he's had 4 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons as a tight end in this day and age. So last year he had 97 catches, about 1,230 yards. He only had 5 touchdowns, but I think he's...
I'm sorry, wait, how many touchdowns?
He only had 5.
Only
had 5. But if you're if it's a PPR league, for those that play those out there, 97 catches as a tight end, he's their number 1 option as far as receiving yards. So he's going to be my number 1 because he's put up numbers for me over the years. Especially if I get lucky and I get him Mahomes, man, you talking about putting somebody away fast.
Facts. You know, Travis to me would be trade bait. Like, you know, he's a big name, and that's what I do with big name people. Like, if I draft a big name player, I want them to have, you know, a big game, first 2 games, and then I want your whole team after that. That's big leaguer talk. You know what I'm saying? Like Travis
Right.
Kelce, he's not appealing to me. You know what I'm saying? He's just a big name because at the end of the day, you know, how many touchdowns has he done? You know, 5 touchdowns, that's nothing. I can stream a tight end to have similar production. So, yeah, I ain't big on Kelce at the number 1 spot.
Okay. Number 2, I have George Kittle for San Fran.
Okay.
Now, in my opinion, he is the best tight end in the NFL right now.
Agreed.
In big games, he shows. You know.
Yep. Wait, hold on. Wait, no. Cut the crap.
It's a bit of a
wait. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. Wait, hold on, little young fella. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, young fella. But yes, in big plays, he does show up, and me being a Saints fan, you know, I felt that in my soul. Hey, you're stepping on my cones now. But yeah, he's a big player. So yeah, I agree.
Yes. Now, he's the number 1 choice in San Fran as far as, you know, the receiver. I was, you know, just like Kelce. But, you know, the whole perception of him being, you know, who he is, just to put it in perspective, last year he had 85 catches, just over 1,000 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he would have had a lot more than that, but that seems to be the norm for the tight end. But I think the tight ends are capitalizing on, you know, total catches, yards. They get the occasional touchdowns for you, but I think in order to have a successful chance to win week in and week out, you have to get some type of production in some manner from your tight end spot.
Agreed.
And it's got to be consistent because a running back, it can be up and down depending on who you're facing.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the quarterback. You know, unless you got a Tom Brady or Drew Brees or Aaron Rodgers, they're going to put up, you know, or Russ
4
Wilson.
touchdowns, right? 4 or 5.
They're going to put them up. So you need to have another means to capitalize on that, and the tight end helps fill that gap.
Right, because you know, to me, a good tight end, number 1 tight end, will get me about 15 points. That's what I'm looking. You know, double-digit points.
That's very good. That's a very good Sunday.
Exactly. Right. That's what I'm saying. 10 to 15 points. So, you know, and to me, George Kittle gets that because, you know, they look toward him. And especially right now in this system where there's no number 1 receiver. Thanks, San Francisco. My Saints appreciate y'all for Emmanuel Sanders. He will have the best season he's had. Thank y'all. And so George Kittle's the only option. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone's saying these other guys, Debo, all these other guys, hey, yeah, that's cute and fine. But they were playing the Robin to Emmanuel Sanders Batman last year. They didn't feel this heat. You know what I'm saying? Everyone, you know, it was Emmanuel Sanders. He was the number 1. He was the main focus. So these guys were able to come, you know, under the radar. Now they're there. Now they're getting these number 1s. So yes, they got talent. But when these big plays comes, who they going to throw? Are they going to make the play? I don't believe so. I believe George Kittle can be, and I think he is the number 1 tight end.
Okay. I can definitely feel that. Now, the third one was a surprise kind of for me, but then I thought about it like, no, because he balled out last year. And that is Darren Waller for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Hey, I've been there, man. That stadium is crazy. It is like wonderful.
What they call it, the Death Star? I think they call it.
Yes, that's what it looks like. Yes, but Legion Stadium, Legion, something like that. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
but
so it goes back to what you said earlier. Now I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in your analysis.
Hey,
you said, you know, what were the 2 reasons that you said that as far as going with a tight end, if you got a quarterback in a new system or a new quarterback
or a running quarterback.
Okay, so a running quarterback. A quarterback is new in the a new quarterback. Let's throw a third one in there for you. Your quarterback is inconsistent and borderline trash.
I was waiting for that. I was ready. See, there is a category for that. That is called the Derek Carr.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's that one thing. He just can't get it together. It's like
that dude is so Jekyll and Hyde, man. One week he look like a world beater. And the next week he looked like a wife beater t-shirt. So you never know what you're going to get from that guy. But with that being said, if you got a good, solid tight end, borderline great tight end, they're going to be that consistent that you need. If it gets hard and you can't make the right reads, you're going to look over the middle because you're there in your window. You're going to dump it out. Try to get it out your hand. So I look for him to have a big season. You know, the Raiders are now the Las Vegas Raiders, brand new stadium. You know, they got the mad scientists out there. Now, hopefully, his play, because, you know, Jason Witten out there now. Mm-hmm. So watch out for the sabotage, man. He ain't going to show you nothing. Try to keep him on the sideline because he get in, you're not getting back out there. I can tell you that. So, you know, like I say, it's surprising, but it's not. But I see this player having a big year as well.
I see him having a big, you know, he's going to have a big year, not because of Carr.
Okay.
Because of Marcus Mariota. Book it. Marcus Mariota came from a similar system to whereas, you know, he was, you know, his quarterback, you know, what he did. And so what happened after that, you know, came from a system where it's a good running back, same as at Las Vegas Raiders. And watch the play. He also had a tight end that he made great out there in Tennessee. So it's the same formula. So you know,
so gonna get benched?
Benched. He been benched before. So that's what I'm like, wait, how are people saying he's not going to get benched? He's been benched before. Like he was a giraffe over here, you're a giraffe over there. I don't get it.
Carr's new name is the T. So my number 4 tight end is Mark Andrews for the Baltimore Ravens. So you
shout out to DJ Weezy. That's I go DJ. You know what I'm saying? You missed the clip early in the feed, but shout out to you hanging with us on this Sunday.
So you spoke earlier about, you know, that dual threat quarterback. You know, he's always going to take that tight end with him, especially they bootlegging out to the side, the tight end's dragging across or going the opposite direction. And but that tight end is always built in for that. And so I can definitely see him. You know, I respect him in the top 5. I think he can be anywhere between 5 and number 1, depending on how that offense evolves over time.
Exactly. And I had him last year, you know, and it was crazy because I think that was part of my auto draft, you know, and I was like, who the hell is Mark Andrews? I'm like, I was ready to trade him because I never heard. I was ready to get rid of him. Then
you probably thinking Todd Heap was still there.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, who is this dude? And then, hey, what's that with the Jazz? Shout out to you. But then it was like, this dude, week 1 came in, this dude went off. I was like, oh, okay. You earned yourself a week 2 spot. Then week 2 came, and week 3 came. I said, man, this dude is the truth. So then I started watching his success. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone is like, you know, become successful, but you got to watch how they became successful, their usage. And, you know, and he fits the system. Like what you just said. Lamar Jackson gets in trouble. He rolls out the pocket. He rolls here. He rolls this way. Andrews over there, like, you know what I'm saying? Throw me the ball. So to me, like you said, he's top 3. You know, he's definitely up there for with the tight end spots.
Right. And my last one, as far as my top 5, and you mentioned him earlier that he was your number 1, and that's that man Zach Ertz. I don't care if he got 4 people on him. Wentz will throw him the ball.
Right. He doesn't care.
And I, you know, and right now, you know, even though, you know, he's not a spring chicken, but right now, on the trajectory that he's going, he's definitely a first by that Hall of Fame player. No, he's putting up those type of numbers. No, he obviously, as any player, you know, he has injury from time to time, but when he's in there, he's consistent and he can be counted upon. Right. And he's going to be that safety valve. He's going to be that extension of that run game for them, you know, because, you know, they got, you know, 3 or 4 different running backs there. If you got that many, you really don't have a running back. So with that being said, that tight end can be the extension of their running game for you. Those short jump offs, and he gonna get yaks. He gonna get those all day long.
Easy. So yeah, I mean, definitely, you know, like I say, I've been a fan of him. Like if we on draft day, you best believe Zach Ertz is coming off the board to one of my teams. And if not, you know what I'm saying? Look, my dog, she start talking barking. She like, Zach,
I second
roo,
that.
roo, roo. But yeah, man, look, we got some good things going. Like, man, I'm ready for this fantasy football party.
Speaking of fantasy football party, so what are your live draft expectations next Sunday? Next
All right.
Sunday.
Yes, sir. I like how you put that in there. So definitely, while we get into this fantasy football piece, want to call out like the changes this year. We're not giving Yahoo our content. We're not doing that. We're not giving Facebook our content. We are owning our content because we are trademark. All our fantasy football leagues are. So everything's gonna be from the website. So you can see here, past champ. You know that's the big dog right there, Roop. Lewis from the favorite team is New Orleans. We got Florida League champ. Joey, favorite team, the Raiders. Shout out to your Connor, minor league champ. His favorite team, the Bills, Buffalo. Cash Me Out League champ is Payne. Of course, you know what I'm saying? He's rocking the 49ers gear. And of course, last but not least is the D League champ, Corey. Shout out to his. I will talk over his favorite team.
Don't hate. Acknowledge greatness, baby.
I'm gonna let you say what his favorite team is. What?
Them damn Cowboys.
So here, this is where we're going to be actually doing all our commissioners picks, our bag call of the weeks, and our league news, our game of the weeks, all right here. And this year, you can view all our leagues, and you don't have to be in them. So right here in the D League, I can click here to just view the league. So you see all the people that's in there. So shout out to everyone that's in our leagues, and to those that have it, fooey on you. It'd be going down. But the live draft expectations of this year, as always, because I'm still one that's big on running backs. So everyone is like they're trying to get away from drafting running backs. Me, I love running backs. So, with the exception of Le'Veon Bell, because after that, Le'Veon Bell and, you know what I'm saying?
Pittsburgh ain't been the same.
Which I knew, you know what I'm saying, which is crazy. And that shows that you go chasing that bag money, you get left behind. You know what I'm saying? You go out there, do your job, and, then you get the bag money. It's like we putting, the wagon before the mule, you know what I'm saying, before the donkey. It's like you're hustling backwards. So the expectation this year is, of course, I want to, in all my leagues but the big league, to get a lot of running backs, get running back heavy. So, and in the big league, I'm following what you did, Lewis. I'm getting me a quarterback in round one. I'm driving a quarterback.
Well, you got a 2 quarterback league. You got to.
I learned that.
By the time we get back around, it's going to be slim pickings, man.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. And that's one thing I had to learn. So, to people that's new in this fantasy football world, definitely read your league rules because they matter. You know what I'm saying? Definitely pay attention to that. And the scoring.
So, man, we're about like 6 days and some hours away from the draft now?
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, I can tell you the time and the hour. And for those that
how can you do that?
By checking our website.
That's right.
And of course, let me just show that. So here we got from our website, sportstalkingfriends.com. Scroll all the way to the bottom. That's feel free to read our sports blogs. We got from baseball, basketball, football, they're all there. But hey, we got here FFB draft. Click this link right here. And we got 6 days, 10 hours, 28 minutes, and 32 seconds till our draft.
That's right. Precise.
So, Exactly. Shout out to our Go DJ J Weezy. He's going to be on the ones and twos. I felt like a DJ. You know what I'm saying? Go DJ J Weezy on the ones and twos on Sunday.
Definitely a nice Saturday night party last night.
You know what I'm saying? Look, hey, but don't worry. We got some of that Willy Wonka footage. But, man, you got any shout outs? What are your expectations for this
My
draft?
expectations, have some fun, pick a championship winning team. I'm going to learn a lot this weekend because I want, obviously our thing is we try to be creative. Ain't no try to be. We are creative. We try to push. We try to push the envelope, and obviously, it's going to be our first year. It's going to be live as anything else that we do. But then guess what? That just give us more fuel for when we do this next year as well.
Mm-hmm.
But don't miss it. You don't want to be the person to say, damn, I missed the inaugural live draft. Be a part of it. Go
Yep.
onto our website. Get in the VIP section. Have some fun with us.
And since I'm gonna throw this plug in there too now, since you put us out there, this draft party will just be the start for our every Sunday watch party.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be at a draft party near, watch party near you.
Now, for those that are watching this or will be watching this, does your fantasy football group do that for you?
But that's on some
Hey, I'm
VIP
just saying.
members. Ain't no stopping us. Nah. Look, man, I could definitely get my bag, but it's your dude, Uncle Leroy. Don't say the Leroy without the Junior. And until next time, until tomorrow, we be back at it again with another show. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But I'm out. Wah.
All right.